Hi, I'm Gotham. I'm a product manager here at Kaiterra, and I'm going to demo for you today our new tool called Space versus Time. And to find it, it'll be in the analytics section under Tools. You can see it here, Space versus Time. So what is it? It is an analytical tool you can use to zoom out and look for patterns in your air quality data. It's a really handy way to identify patterns across large periods of time. So let's demo this for you. The first thing you need to do is select a building in your portfolio. So I'm just going to select the Kaiterra headquarters. The default time range is going to be the last 30 days, but you can select any period or any range you like. And what it's going to do first is generate a list of all the spaces in the building and the percent of time that you're meeting your targets for each pollutant. And there's only three spaces here in our office, but if it was a long list of spaces, you could just sort by any column to see the worst performing space for any particular analyte. So really quickly, I can see here that none of our rooms are doing particularly well in terms of ventilation, CO2, and temperature not so great, and humidity not at all meeting our targets. So let's take a look at one of these rooms. So what happens is you'll get a space versus time heat map that's generated for each space that you select. It gives you the 24-hour time on the y-axis, so you can see how the air quality is changing over time every day in this time frame. You can select the analyte you wish to have on the graph, but temperature and humidity are broken out separately. So let's look at humidity. It's not meeting our targets at all, 0% of the time. So if I just go to humidity here, I can see, well, it is dry. It's not even reaching 30%, which is our threshold. 30 to 60% is our zone for comfort. And in our office, for the last 30 days, it's on the dry side. Not really surprised that the office in this case here is in Calgary, which is in the prairies. It's very dry there. So very low humidity in the office. Temperature wise, you can see here that it gets a little warm in the space during the day. Some days it was particularly cool, so maybe the heating and cooling system wasn't on those days. And here, I'm focusing on CO2 at the moment, and I can see here that it starts to build up around 8 a.m., so that's when people start coming into the office, and it is actually red, so it's above a healthy target of, in our case, under 750 parts per million. So that tells us that maybe the ventilation isn't adequate in that room, and it's something that we should look at. Let's zoom out to 90 days. And we can see it's still following the same pattern of not meeting our targets for CO2, TVOC, humidity, and even temperature. But here you can see as you zoom out, it might be easier to spot patterns. And here, this is 90 days of data. So it goes back to February, and I'm recording this on May 1st. So you can see here that, yeah, typically people are coming into the office around 8, and there are some days where some weekdays where the office seems to be empty, and that's totally normal, not unexpected. Temperature looks a little more interesting here because you can see during the colder months that the office is obviously cold at night and starts to warm up around 8 o'clock in the morning, and then as the temperature outside, the season starts to change to spring, it is pretty comfortable in the office even at night. but still getting the office tends to be getting warmer starting in April during the working day. So that might be a cause for concern if people are complaining that it's too warm. So you can see here it's 27 degrees, 3 p.m. And yeah, that's pretty warm. And humidity, yep, still pretty dry by comfortable office standards. So that's space-time. It helps you zoom out and look at your air quality data on this heat map. That's basically a calendar with the hours of the day, so you can see how the air quality is changing as the day progresses. And because of this view, you can look for repetitive patterns, and that can help you manage your air quality better.